Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, have you ever experienced when you go to bed at night, you feel tired or feel fatigued, but still the sleep does not come to you? Have you ever experienced in the middle of the night you wake up by screaming, by seeing a worst nightmare? Have you ever experienced when you get up in the morning, you feel really bad for no reason? So these are the things, these are the common experiences that we all face when we are going to sleep. So it is very essential for a person to have a very good sleep, but we hardly have a sound sleep. That is why we feel so bad when we get up in the morning. That is why the day gets miserable when we have no sleep at night. So as disciples of Supreme Buddha, our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us the path, the way to have a very good sleep. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha advised us that if you practice love and kindness, if you had a compassionate heart well built inside your heart, you will have a very good sleep. You can sleep better. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha told there are 11 benefits for a person who practice love and kindness. Among those 11 benefits, the first one is, our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us, he will have a very good sleep because of practicing love and kindness. Now imagine a night you go to sleep with hatred and anger in your mind. Can you sleep? The sleep will not come to you. That means the more we practice anger and hatred in our mind, we will never have a good sleep in our day. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us you should practice love and kindness. If you practice this, and if you develop love and kindness thoroughly in your heart, if you practice love and kindness where you will never get angry with anyone, even though they make troubles for you, if you did not get angry, you can sleep very well. So that is the secret of having a very good sleep. And also our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us, because of practicing love and kindness, you will never see any nightmares. You will have a continuous and very calm and serene sleep. And also, our great teacher Supreme Buddha told us, if you practice love and kindness within your heart, if you build up a compassionate heart, when you get up early in the morning, you will feel very refreshed. When you feel refreshed in the morning, your day will be refreshed. Your day will be amazing, because how we start the day determines how we spend the day. So, the love and kindness, compassion is affecting our lives in many ways. That is why our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us to practice the compassion, love and kindness within our hearts. If you need to sleep better, you need to practice love and kindness. So, here is a practical way that you can have a very good sleep. In each and every night, when you go to bed, you should do these things. The first thing is that you should not go to bed without refreshing your body. Don't go to bed with sweat and dust-filled legs. You should refresh your body. You can have a shower or do whatever it takes. Do not go to bed with fatigue and sweat and tiredness. You should feel refreshed. That is the first part. The second step is, soon after you are on the bed, cross your legs or lie down or lay down or sit down, it doesn't matter. Be in a comfortable position. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Fill your lungs with fresh air and let them go away. Do this practice about 3 times. And as the third step, start to spread love and kindness, first of all, to yourself. Think of yourself and start to practice love and kindness to you. You can think like this: may I be free from anger. You will feel better when you are free from anger, when you wish to be free from anger. You can think, may I be free from ill will. May I be free from jealousy. All those evil thoughts like ill will, jealousy, hatred, anger makes your day miserable, makes your life miserable, and it ruins your sleep. So what you have to do? You have to wish yourself that may I be free from all those evil things. Wish for yourself, may I be free from difficulties. May I be free from physical and mental suffering. Start loving yourself first. Start spreading compassion, love towards yourself first. Then you will feel better. You will feel relaxed. Then spread that love and kindness towards the people around you. Your father, your mother, your husband, and to your wife or whoever that lives around you. Spread your love and kindness to them. And expand that love and kindness step by step to the whole world. Finally, you can think, may all living beings in this whole universe be well and happy. May they be free from physical and mental suffering. Start spreading your love and kindness to all people, all living beings. And especially, start forgiving all the enemies of your life. If you hold on to anger, if you hold on to resentment, you will never have a good sleep. So what you have to do is, you should forgive all the enemies. Because we are not going to live forever in this world. We may die one day. So when we are dying, when we face the death, we cannot take all these possessions that we have in our life. Start forgiving. Start spreading love and kindness to your enemies. Then you will feel relaxed. Continue this spreading love and kindness to all living beings until you fall asleep. And our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us, if you practice love and kindness, if you build a heart which is filled with love and kindness and compassion, you can have a better sleep. And you will no longer see any nightmares in your night, at your sleep. And also, when you get up in the morning, you will feel refreshed. Then your day will be refreshed and your life will be a wonderful one. Practice love and kindness and sleep better. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, when we come to this human world, we had to live with this human population. And also, we have to deal with these humans. So when we are dealing and when we are living with these humans, we will see so many good qualities and as well as bad qualities of humans. So when we take the people around us, when we take the people around who are living with us, we can find so many good qualities and bad qualities. But the problem with us is we are programmed and we have practiced to see always the faults of people, the dark side of people, the evil qualities of people. The more we see the dark and the bad qualities of people, we will get angry. Sometimes we may hold on to resentment. Sometimes we may become jealous. So these evil thoughts may come into our mind when we deal with humans and when we see the dark and the evil qualities of humans. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha advised us that you should always focus on the good of the people. You should train your mind to see the bright side of the people. So, our great teacher Supreme Buddha described there are 5 types of people in this world. The first type of people is the people who do good, but they speak evil words. Now, in the society, we may find such people. They do so many good things with their body. They may not kill animals. They may save the lives of animals. And they do so many things, so many good things with their body. But their words are bad. What they speak is very bad. So we may find such people. Supreme Buddha advised us that you should always focus on that good quality. You can focus on that good physical actions and you can control the anger upon them. That is the first type of people. Here comes the second type. Supreme Buddha said, there are people who do evil things, but they speak good words. They may kill animals, they may commit sexual misconduct, they may steal the people's possessions, but they speak good words. They may never tell a lie. They may never say any angry words from their mouth. So what you have to do is, you can focus on that good verbal action, good words, and you can control the anger. When you are contemplating on the bright side of people, you will always be kind to them and you will never be angry with them. So that is the second type. Here comes the third type of people. There are people who do evil things as well as who speak evil things. But eventually, by time to time, they may do some meritorious things. You can find such people. Sometimes, very rarely, they may go to temples and they observe precepts and they do some offerings and they do some good things. But it is very rare. Supreme Buddha advised that you should focus on that good quality. You can control your anger by contemplating on that person's good quality. What is that? Oh, they are doing some good deeds, meritorious things, eventually. Then you can control that anger. That is the third type of people. Here comes the fourth type of people. There are people who never do good things from their body as well as from their words, and they never do any good deed in their life. It is very hard to find a good quality of that person. Supreme Buddha advised us, If you meet such a person, what you have to do is, you have to focus your mind for the compassion. You can be compassionate to them, and you can feel pity about them. You can think, oh, this poor person, poor thing, he is committing evil things. Eventually, he will get the result of this karma. He will find the consequences of these evil deeds. Then you can feel compassionate about them. But never, ever be angry with them. That is what our great teacher Supreme Buddha advised. It is the fourth type. And here comes the fifth type. Supreme Buddha said, you will find people who do good as well as they speak good, and they are very meritorious. We will find people who are filled with good qualities. Then what you have to do? You have to focus on these good qualities which are abundant and clearly seen in them. When you see such people, when you deal with such people, it is very easy to contemplate on the good qualities of people. Dear devotees and my dear children, always remember, never find a fault of a person. Never judge a person, because we don't know what is the real story of their life. Sometimes they may act in anger, they may act in the way that we don't like, but sometimes they may have a bad day. Sometimes all of their days are bad. So what we have to do? We have to focus on a good quality of that person. When we focus on a good quality, we will never get angry. We will never get upset with the person. And it is very easy to deal with humans when we are contemplating on the bright side of people. So, when you are living in this society, don't judge people. Don't find the faults of people. Always focus on the bright side of the people. And when it takes to your personal life, you have to focus on your bright side. Sometimes we may have faults, we may have bad qualities. The problem with us is when we see such bad qualities within ourselves, we become sad. We become depressed. We become mentally down because we think, oh, I will never get rid of these bad qualities any day. No, you can do that. You can escape from these bad qualities and you can develop good habits, good qualities. So what you have to do is, you have to think and you have to focus on your bright side. You may have good qualities. Now all of us have good qualities. So what you have to do, you have to focus on those good qualities. The more you focus on the bright side of your life as well as in the others, you will be happy. You can live freely, and also you will get the opportunity to develop wholesome qualities in your mind. So I wish you all, by contemplating on the bright side of the people and as well as you, may you have a happy and wonderful life in this world. Namo Buddhaya, Teruvan Saranai. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, have you ever been criticized by someone in your life? We all have been in that situation in all of our lives. No one can stop other people to criticize us. That is something that is out of our control. You have to keep it in your mind. Criticism, blames, scoldings, and other people's opinions in our life is something that we cannot control by ourselves. That is called, the things are out of our control. So, We cannot stop for other person to judge us. Now, normally the nature of people is always they are judging us. They keep on judging, they keep on criticizing, and we cannot stop them. Once our great teacher Supreme Buddha explained this to a Brahmin called Atula. Supreme Buddha said, Purana metang Atula, netang ajjatanamiva. Supreme Buddha explained, Atula, it came from the ancient time. Nindanti tunhi ma'asina. People will criticize us when we become silent. Nindanti bahubanina. People will criticize when a person who is talking too much. Mitabanim pinindanti. When we speak moderately, when we live our life moderately, people may criticize us. Natti loke anindito. There's no person, there's not a single person who has not been criticized by someone in this world. This verse shows us we all have been criticized in this life. We all have been in that situation in our life. So it is a common phenomena or common incident that we have to face in our life. So how to face these criticisms? Well, there are two types of criticisms in our life. One is the criticisms or the criticizers which helps us to develop our good qualities. Now, the people who always wish the good of us, our parents, our teachers, our elders, may advise you. Like they may criticize our faults. When we face or when we are in such situations, always listen to those criticisms. Always listen to those advices. Do not consider it as a bad thing. Do not consider it as a negative criticism. It is a positive criticism. You can develop the good qualities and you can make your faults correct when you listen to those advices. So they are called positive criticism. And there's another criticism, and then that is the negative criticizing. People may criticize out of jealous. People may criticize us out of anger. They always keep on criticizing it. We cannot stop it. So when we face such situations, the nature of this mind is we become sad, we become depressed, the anxiety will start to develop inside our mind. And what we do is, when we face and when we hear those criticism to our life, we stop the good things, good practices that we are practicing in our life. You should not do that. You should not give up practicing the merits. You should not give up doing good deeds because of others' words. Dear meritorious children and my dear devotees, do not be backed down from criticizing. Face that. Listen to that. But never stop the good of your life. Never stop doing the good in your life. So we all have to face this common incident in our life. So the more we face the criticism in our life, the more we will have the opportunity to build up good qualities within ourselves. So don't think the criticism as a bad thing. They help you to develop good qualities in your life. When you face negative criticism, always be patient. Always be kind towards them. Because they have judged us, they have come to a conclusion about us which is wrong. So what we have to do, we should not argue with them. We should not try to talk back. We should not try to prove them that they are wrong. So what we have to do, just be silent, just be patient, and always keep on practicing and never stop doing the good deeds and good practices in your life. If you keep on practicing the good things in your life will be successful. It is the nature that when we start doing something good, something wholesome, or when we start doing a service to this world, something good to this world, it is the nature we all face the criticism. All the people who had done a great service to this world, even our great teacher Supreme Buddha, faced criticism. So there's nothing to talk about us. So what we have to do, we have to face those criticism. The more we face the criticism in our life, the more our life will be beautiful. So don't just go through your life, always grow through your life. When you face those hard times and difficulties in your life, you will always grow through your life. Namo Buddhaya, Thiruvon Saranai. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, life is an amazing thing. As humans, we all have got an amazing gift, and that is human life. The nature of this human life is we can think and we can decide the difference between the good and bad. So, in life, we do good as well as the bad. That is what the nature of this mind. So, it is much and much more important to reduce the amount of bad in our life and to increase the amount of good in our life. So, Supreme Buddha, the greatest teacher that we went refuge for, shows us the path to develop the good within yourself. Now, in the world, normally, 99% of the people are pursuing the happiness. We all have the desire for happiness. As a living being, we all have the desire for happiness. So, the world, the whole population in this world are pursuing the happiness. It is non-ending pursuit of happiness. But, dear devotees and dear children, only a very few among us will really find the true happiness in our life. 99% of the humans and the living beings will fail in the pursuit of this happiness, long race of pursuing happiness. Supreme Buddha told us the happiness does not exist in this materialistic world. But all of us are following and chasing behind the materialistic happiness. But we will never find the true happiness in this outer world. Supreme Buddha said, the real happiness, the ultimate happiness exists within your mind. So that's why we have to consider more about our mind than the outer world. Supreme Buddha said, first of all, you should make your mind a better place, a better one. Then only you can make this world a better place. So if you make your heart, if you make your soul, if you make your own life a good one, a better one, a successful one, then you will have the opportunity to make this world to a better place, to take this world to where the happiness exists in all of the hearts. So first of all, we have to take care of our mind. So that's why we should discipline our mind. Supreme Buddha said, you will never find the happiness through an undisciplined mind. You will only find the happiness when your mind is disciplined. So through a disciplined mind, we can lead our life to happiness. We can go to where the happiness exists. So that's why you should guide yourself to the happiness. Not through the outer world, but by making your own life, your own soul, your own mind a better one. So the best guide that we can have to make our minds, make our hearts a better one is through the Supreme Buddha's teachings. So in this program, we are going to learn the Supreme Buddha's teachings, which lead our lives to the happiness. So dear devotees and my dear children, this inner guide program is to give a little push to your life, to make your life a better one through the teachings of our great teacher, Supreme Buddha. In this program, we are learning step by step how to make our life, how to develop our good qualities in our life and make our hearts a better one, a peaceful one, and how to find the happiness within ourselves. Namo Buddhaya, Therwan Saranai.
Mankind's wonderful treasure of wisdom is the teaching of Supreme Buddha. It illuminates human hearts and brings the utmost happiness and joy. Let's go in search of the wonderful Dhamma, which guides us in the journey to find the peacefulness within our hearts. Join with Inner Guide program on every Saturday in Shraddha TV YouTube channel. And let's be among the fortunate band of people who experience the supreme bliss. Inner Guide, awaken yourself.
Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, we all know it is very easy to swim down a stream, but it takes effort and pain and courage to swim up the stream. And also it is very easy to run down a hill, but it takes courage, sweat, and effort to climb up to the hill. This means that there are so many easy things that we can do in our life, but most of them does not bring the happiness to our life. When you swim down a stream, you are going down. When you are running down a hill, you are running down, not up. But if you need to climb up, if you need to swim up, it takes effort. You need to try hard. That means it is very easy to do the things that brings us down, and it takes effort and a lot of hard work to bring us to a higher level in our life. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha explained, Sukarani asadhuni attano ahitani cha. It is very easy to do evil things which brings the suffering to you and as well as to the others. Yangve hitangcha sadungcha tangve paramadukkaram. It is very hard. It takes great courage, pain to do the good things which brings the happiness to you and as well as to the others. Our mind is programmed to do easy things. Now, for an example, if you were to choose two jobs, one is hard and the other one is easy, which one would you choose? Of course, you will choose the easy one, because we always like to do what is easy. So that is the nature of our mind and our life. Doing evil things, doing bad things, doing unwholesome things is very easy. Now, for an example, it is very easy to kill a mosquito. All you need to do to slap on the mosquito and kill it. But it takes patience, love, kindness, and mindfulness to not to kill that animal and save that animal's life. It is very easy to tell a lie when a trouble comes to our life, when we are facing a problem. We can escape from problems by telling lies. But it takes discipline, honesty, and courage, mindfulness, to not to tell a lie and always tell the truth. It is very easy to blame someone. When you get angry, if you lose your temper, it is very easy to blame someone. But it takes patience, love, kindness, discipline to not to blame someone and hurt others' feelings. The things that brings us unhappiness or suffering are easy to do. So that is the nature of this world. But it is very difficult to do the things which brings the happiness to ourselves and to the others. Supreme Buddha always advises us to do the wholesome things, to do the good things. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha told us, you should always focus on the wholesome side of your mind. You should never practice the evil things in your mind. You should abandon the evil in your mind. The more we practice the wholesome side, the more we practice the good things in our life, we can be good forever. Our life will become good and we will be wholesome forever. Doing wholesome things, practicing good things, good qualities, being a good human is very difficult. Because all these good things are not familiar to our life. Because we used to do evil things, our mind tends to do evil things. So what we have to do, we should not give up doing good. We can be generous to others. You should practice generosity. We can be kind to others. You can practice kindness. You can love all the living beings in this world. So Supreme Buddha told us to do what is hard. And what is hard is the good, the wholesome things. So what we have to do is, we have to keep on practicing, keep on doing good deeds always. We have to discipline our mind. We should not let our mind to wander here and there. We should not let our mind to be undisciplined. Even though they are hard jobs, even though they are hard things to do, what we have to do is, we have to keep on practicing these things. Because if we did what is easy today, our life will be hard tomorrow. If we did what is hard today, our life will be easy tomorrow. So what we have to do is, we have to keep on practicing what is hard to do. That is the good things, good practices, patience, love, kindness, not becoming angry, not telling lies, living a truthful life, saving the living beings' lives. Those are the things that are very hard to do. Most of the people who live in this society are not caring about others' lives, other animals' lives. They kill little animals. But only a few among us saves other animals' lives. They love other animals' lives. So you should be among those few people. Most of the people tell lies when they face problems. They escape from the problems by telling lies. But there is very few who tell the truth even though they are facing a problem by telling the truth. You should become among those few people. Very few among us gives the trust to the others who are around us, who are living with us. It may be your husband, your wife, your relations. Most of the people does not give the trust to their relations, the people around them who are living around them. It may be your husband, your wife, your relations, your father, your mother. They don't give the trust to them. They cheat them. But very few among us live a trustful and trustworthy life. You should be a trustworthy person. You should become a trustworthy person. So you should always focus on the good deeds, wholesome deeds. And the more you focus on the wholesome deeds and the spiritual practice of your life, you will become a good person. You will become a good human. Always you should focus on good human qualities like patience, love, kindness, and living a compassionate life. So, my dear devotees and my dear children, do what 99% of the population does not do. If you do what is hard today, you can be happy tomorrow. And if you do what is easy today, you will never be happy forever. So practice good deeds. Be good and do good. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, throughout the day, we think thousands and millions of thoughts. So among these thoughts, most of them are negative, and only few among them are called positive. So that is the nature of our mind, that it is always tends to the negative side, to the dark side. So throughout the day, in most of the times, negative thoughts may pop up in our mind. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us that we should eliminate these negative thoughts. The thoughts that makes us distracted and the thoughts that disrupt our inner peace, these thoughts should be eliminated. So, today we are going to learn and talk about few steps that we can do or practice in our practical life to eliminate these negative thoughts. First of all, let's learn and know what are the negative thoughts. Supreme Buddha taught us the negative thoughts are, the evil thoughts are the thoughts of anger, hatred, resentment, delusion, lust, and desire. So these thoughts ruin our inner peace. These thoughts disrupt our inner peace. So our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us some ways to practice in our practical life to eliminate these negative thoughts? Supreme Buddha taught, as the first step, when a negative thought pop up in your mind. Now suppose the anger popped up in your mind. So what we can do, as the first step, Supreme Buddha taught, you should shift that negative thought to something positive. Now for an example, if you got angry with someone, what you can do is, you can shift that thought of anger to thought of loving kindness. So that is what we call the opposite thought of anger. So if your mind is in evil side, right, if you are angry, if you have the resentment in your mind, if you have the jealousy in your mind, you can do the opposite thing of that. To do that, you will have to have the consciousness and mindfulness in your mind, because we have to detect what the thought is. So Supreme Buddha taught, you can shift your mind from unwholesome thoughts to wholesome thoughts. When you are shifting those thoughts from evil side to the wholesome side, Supreme Buddha taught, those evil thoughts, distracting thoughts, and the thoughts of anger, resentment, and ill will may constantly, with the time, they may fade away. So as the first step, what you have to do, you can shift, you can give your attention from evil side to the wholesome side of your mind. Now you have to remember, in your mind, there will always prevail evil as well as the wholesome. The problem with us is, we are giving a big attention to this evil side. So as a practice, as a habit, make a practice of contemplating and giving attention to the wholesome things in your mind. Then, with the time, those evil thoughts may fade away. So that is the first step. As the second step, Supreme Buddha taught us, if these evil thoughts did not fade away by just shifting your attention from evil to the wholesome, so as the second step, Supreme Buddha taught us, always examine the danger of that thought. Now you have to know that evil thoughts are dangerous and they are harmful for our mind. Now normally, when we are eating food, we have big concern to clean them up. Right? When you take vegetables, you wash them, and you cook them properly, and you eat. Because you know and you have a big concern in your mind that if I eat something bad, if I eat something corrupted, I will get a stomachache. I will get into a problem with health problem. So we have a big attention about what we eat, what we put from our mouth to our stomach. But we don't give a big attention to what we put into our mind through our eyes and ears and our sixth sense basis. So Supreme Buddha taught that you should give a big attention to what you are thinking, whether it is dangerous or whether it is beneficial for your life. So Supreme Buddha taught that you have to examine the dangerous side of these evil thoughts. When you're examining these things, then you get afraid of thinking these evil thoughts. Now suppose, whenever you get angry, if you can think, oh, this anger is not good for me. If I died when I'm in anger, I will never get a good rebirth. Supreme Buddha explained us, if you died in anger, you will never have a good rebirth. So Supreme Buddha taught that you should examine this danger. Always remember the evil thoughts of anger, resentment, jealous, lust, hatred, all these evil thoughts are harmful for our mind. Now, stomachache, when you eat something corrupted, when you eat something rotten, it can be cured by just taking medicines. But if you put something into your mind that is corrupted, that corrupted mind cannot be cured easily. So examine the dangerous side. That is the second step that we can do. As the third step, Supreme Buddha advised us, there are some powerful evil thoughts that may not fade away by just examining the dangerous side of these thoughts. So what you have to do, as the third step, Supreme Buddha taught, just ignore them. Do not give a big attention to those thoughts. If we let the thoughts to be thoughts, then by the time that evil thoughts may fade away. So what we have to do, when an evil thought comes into your mind, just ignore it. Don't let it control yourself. Now, the problem with us is, when an evil thought pops up in your mind, we act upon them, we speak upon them. So if you got angry with someone, if you got jealous on someone, never do anything and never say anything. Let your evil thought to be a thought, and it will fade away with the time. That is the third step that we can do. Just to ignore it. We should not give a big attention to that evil thought. Okay? Then, here comes the fourth step. Supreme Buddha taught, there are some powerful evil thoughts that may not fade away by even ignoring it. They may not fade away. Then Supreme Buddha advised us, if those evil thoughts are not fading away, just examine how that evil thought formed up in your mind. Right? So, if you got jealous in your mind, if the jealous pops up in your mind, so what you have to think? You have to think how these thoughts are forming in our mind, in my mind. Then you will realize that I have seen someone's success, someone is living happily, and I got jealous on that person. Then you know that how your thoughts are forming. When you're thinking about the formation of your thoughts, you are drifting your mind from evil thoughts to the wholesome side. You're shifting your mind. You're not giving a big attention to the evil side. So constantly, you will forget those evil thoughts, and they may fade away. That is the fourth step that we can do. Here comes the fifth step, and this is the final thing that we can do. Supreme Buddha advised, if these evil thoughts are not fading away by examining how these thoughts are formed up in your mind, Supreme Buddha said, take a big effort to your body, take a big effort to your mind, and threaten your mind that I am not going to act upon these thoughts. I'm not going to do these things. I'm not going to say these words from my mouth. Because if we did something when our mind is in evil side, if we did something from our body, all those physical actions are evil. If we say something from our mouth when our mind is in evil side, all those words are evil. So you can threaten your mind that I'm not going to say anything, I'm not going to do anything, I'm not going to act upon my evil thoughts. You can crush your mind by your mind. You can crush those evil thoughts by your mind. So Supreme Buddha said, that is the final protocol that we can do. If you constantly practice these 5 steps, then you will have the opportunity to develop wholesome thoughts, develop wholesome qualities within your mind, because that will make a habit. Now, normally, we have made a habit of practicing and thinking evil thoughts. So if you are shifting your evil thoughts to the wholesome thoughts, then that will make a habit of wholesome thoughts. And finally, one day, you will feel that you are thinking only wholesome thoughts throughout the day. So I wish you all, by practicing these 5 advices that was given by our great teacher Supreme Buddha, may all of you have the opportunity to develop wholesome practices and wholesome qualities and generate wholesome thoughts throughout the day. Namo Buddhaya, Theruvan Saranai. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, today from this Q&A program, we are going to discuss about the mindfulness. Now normally, most of the people who practice the spirituality and meditations ask from us that, how can I be mindful? How can I practice mindfulness? And most of you ask that, how can I be in the present without going in the arena of past and the future? So today we are going to learn how to be in the present as well as how to be mindful. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha described us, there are 4 types of establishments of mindfulness. The first one is the mindfulness of the body. It is known as the Kaya Anupassana. Second one is the mindfulness on the feelings. It is called the Vedana Anupassana. Third one is the mindfulness of the mind, Chitta Anupassana. And finally, it is the mindfulness of the phenomena, Dhamma Anupassana. These 4 types of establishments are taught by our great teacher, Supreme Buddha. So, in these 4 types of establishments of mindfulness, one of the major establishments of mindfulness is the mindfulness of the body. So we can practice the mindfulness towards our body. So today we are going to learn a wonderful and important meditation that we can bring into our practical life. So normally, most of the people, they don't have the time to do meditations. They are busy, they are living a busy life. So this meditation will help you to bring a meditation to your busy life and to practice it while you are doing your day-to-day works. So this meditation is known as Iriyapatha meditation. It means contemplation of our mind on our bodily postures. Supreme Buddha advised us that you should direct your mind to be contemplated, be concentrated, and be aware of your bodily postures. If you are being mindful on your bodily postures, it means you are living in the present. Supreme Buddha describes it like this: Gacchanto va gacchami iti pajanati. If you are walking, when you are walking, you have to understand that you are walking. Titom va titom hiti pajanati. When you are sitting down, you have to understand that you are sitting down. When you are lying down, you have to understand that posture. When you are doing this, when you are being aware of your postures, bodily postures, your mind stays in the present, as well as you are mindful about your body, what you are doing. So this meditation can be practiced while you are doing your day-to-day activities. Whether you are sweeping, cleaning your house, you can be mindful on that action. While you are cooking, you can be mindful about your bodily postures. Here's one practical way to do that. Now, normally, our mind is not ready to be mindful always. If we command our mind to stay mindful, now you should stay mindful, mind is not ready for that. So we can trick our mind and we can make our mind to stay mindful and to stay present. So what we have to do is, we have to ask a simple question from our mind, from ourselves. That question is, what am I doing now? Now, if I ask from myself that what am I doing now, I can answer for that. If I ask from myself, I can answer it, I am sitting on a chair, I am talking, and I am moving my hands. So when you ask that question, you become aware of what you are doing, your current posture of your body. So when you become aware of that, your mind quickly comes into the present and it comes into the mindfulness. So when you're doing certain things throughout the day, what you have to do, just ask from your mind that what you are doing. What am I doing? Then you will get answers. Then you will understand that you are doing something. Now normally, we do so many things at a time. Right? We try to do so many things at one time. So that should not be done. Because when we do so many things at a time, at one time, our mind becomes busy. It will easily distracted. And it loses its mindfulness. So it is much better to do one thing at a time. Now, how many of you watch the TV while eating? How many of you use the mobile phone while you are eating? Now, people who are using the smartphones, they know that when they eat, they take their mobile phone and they scroll through social media or whatever. They do so many things with their mobile phone. When you are doing that, remember, you are losing your mindfulness. And also, you are not completely using your mobile phone, or you are not completely watching the TV, as well as you are not completely enjoying your food. So that is why it is very essential to do one thing at a time. So when you are eating, what you have to do, just eat. While you are watching the TV, don't do anything, just watch it. Right? So normally when you are eating, you can feel that warmth and texture and taste of that food. Right? If you are being aware of that perceptions, that feelings, then you can bring the mindfulness even while you are eating. Right? So what you have to do, the first thing to do is do one thing at a time. Don't eat while you are watching the TV. Don't use your mobile phone while eating. Right? It's just kind of slow down your process and progress and your activities, but is very essential for the concentration of your mind, for the calmness of your mind. Right? So if you're continuously observing what you are doing about your bodily postures, right, you are being aware of it. Now, why we should be aware of our body and our mind? Why should we be mindful? So these are the benefits of being mindful. Now, before doing something, if you are mindful, before doing something, you can detect and you can determine whether it is a good one, good action, or a bad thing. Whether should I do this thing now or should not. You can decide what to do and what not to before doing that. Now, normally we do so many evil things without any awareness, without much thinking. So if you are mindful, it is much easy and it will be a great help to protect the precepts, to refrain from evil things, evil deeds. So that helps for your virtues. That helps to your virtuous life. That is the first benefit. And by being mindful, by focusing on our body, by being mindful on our body, you can concentrate your mind. Your mind becomes calm and it is concentrated, because mind does not wander here and there when you are being mindful on your body. It kind of cool down and concentrated and tranquilize your mind. That is the second benefit. Third benefit, if you practice this deeply, this meditation, being mindful on your body, Supreme Buddha described us, and you can realize the true reality of this life, of this world, that leads to the wisdom. So this being mindful helps you for the virtues. This is called the sila. Second thing is the concentration of your mind. It is called the samadhi. And third, we can lead this mindfulness to the wisdom. That is called the prajna. So by being mindful, you can gain these benefits to your life. So as a summary, first of all, the main thing to do to be mindful is to do one thing at a time. Don't rush your mind. Okay? That is the first step. As the second step, always ask that simple question from your mind. What is it? What am I doing now? When you ask that simple question, you can be mindful about what you are doing. So when you practice this mindfulness, you can be happy. It tranquilizes your mind and you will attain a calm and quiet and peaceful mind throughout the day. So I wish you all, by practicing this mindfulness, may you attain a peaceful and wonderful mind to your life. Namo Buddhaya, Thiruvon Saranai. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, welcome to Inner Guide program. Today, from this episode, I'm going to share with you an important quality that we all should develop within ourselves to achieve the successfulness and to achieve the goals in our life. So that special quality is known as the consistency. What do you mean by consistency? Consistency means doing something, a special work, special actions, without stopping for a long period of time. So that is what you call consistency. To achieve big goals, to achieve your dreams in your life, you need to have the special quality of consistency. If you are a student, you need to study consistently. If you are an entrepreneur, you have to take decisions and you have to try hard to develop your business consistently. If you are a person who is practicing spirituality, you need to practice that consistently. So, consistent, doing something again and again without stopping, without giving up, will make our careers into perfection. Right? It doesn't matter how talented you are, it doesn't matter how bright you are, all you need to do is to practice this consistency. So I'm going to teach you today 2 tips that you can develop and you can practice to bring this consistency to your work. Because if we did not practice the continuity of our work, we may do our work for sometimes a short period of time, and we may give up. So, consistency is the key for success. Here are the 2 tips that we can practice to bring the consistency to our work. Number 1, you must have low expectations when you are doing your work. You have to expect very low progress in the beginning. Now, why do I say like that? Now, most of the time, when we take meditators, the people who are meditating, sometimes they sit for the meditation expecting that their mind to be tranquilized and calm and peaceful all at once. But that will not happen, although we liked for that, although we looked for that. So, if we make more and high expectations, the problem is that you are expecting the results. You are expecting instant results. Now, in the life's problems, in the life's goals, you cannot expect and you can gain the results instantly. All the achievements, all the successful and good achievements in this world and in this life are slow. It should be done step by step. It takes time. It's meandering. So it is very slow. So what do you have to do? You have to expect a little progress in one session of practice. Right? So now people may think that people may say to you that you need to have big expectations and you have to do a lot, right? But by doing a lot at one time makes you tired. Then that is why people are giving all at once. Right? In the first day of meditation, they meditate for about 3 hours and they get tired of that and they give up. So what you have to do is you have to expect very little progress. Slow progress is better than no progress. Right? So you have to keep your expectations low. If you make high expectations, you will suffer because you become obsessed with the results. Sometimes the results may not come to us as we want it to be. Right? So what we have to do, we have to keep our expectations low. We have to expect a very low progress from one practice. Right? If you are studying, if you studied for 1 hour, don't think that you have done it for the perfection. Now you are knowledgeable. No. It will make you a small progress, but it is very small. So you have to be happy with that small progress in your life, right? So then, when you are not making high expectations, you will not become frustrated about your results because you are expecting a low result. Then, if you are doing this again and again consistently, that will increase your progress, right? That will increase your results. So if you meditate for 20 minutes a day, right? If you keep on doing this daily as a daily practice, then one day you will have the ability to gain a peaceful and calm mind. But if you practice 3 hours all at once, and after that if you give up, you will make no progress in that meditation. So what you have to do, you have to practice this consistency. To practice this consistency, you have to expect little progress from one session and keep on doing it, right? It's like this. Now, a tiny drop of water, when a tiny drop of water falls on a rock, it doesn't make any change on that rock. But what if those tiny drops of water falls again and again and again, continuously, consistently to that rock? What will be happen? With the time, it will make a huge hole in that rock. So that tiny drop of water could not make any difference, any change on that rock in the beginning. But if it was keep falling onto that rock again and again and again, consistently, that will make the change. So in the beginning, right, when you are beginning your careers, right, when you are starting to meditate, when you are starting to study, in the first year, in the first month, or maybe in the first day, that will never make any change. But remember, you are on that path of progression, right? You are doing it consistently, and I'm very sure one day you can achieve the goal that you always wanted to be. So what you have to do, you have to keep your expectations very low, right? But you have to keep doing it consistently. That one day you will have the ability or the opportunity to gain the achievements and successful achievements in your life. That is the first tip. Here's the second tip that you need to have to practice the consistency. You have to be patient. That is one of the greatest qualities that we can have to our life, the patience. If you have the patience, you can wait until the problems are switched off in your life, right? You will not be backed down from the problems. You will not fall down from the problems. You can wait until they are fade away from your life, right? There may be dark days. There may be days that you feel like you are giving up, right? There may be days that you feel tired. But if you have the patience, you will never give up in your careers. So what you have to do? You have to have the patience. You have to wait, right? So little by little, if you are going to that goal, if you are walking to that goal, then one day, right? It may be not today, it may be not tomorrow, maybe not in next month, but one day, make sure one day you are going to achieve all the goals that you have in your life. So if you need to practice consistency, you have to have these two qualities. Number one, it is to have the low expectations. Be not frustrated about the results that you are having currently. If you are keeping on doing this as a daily basis, that will make you success in the long run. So what you have to do? You have to make your expectations low and you have to be patient. If you practice these qualities, you can bring the consistency to your work. Then one day you will achieve all the goals that you dreamt about in your life, and you can be happy one day. Namo Buddhaya, Theruvan Saranai. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, take few seconds and listen to this sound. What did you hear? Yes, that is the ticking sound of a clock. The clock is ticking throughout the day. 24/7 and 365 days, this clock is ticking. This says the time is running. Once it is gone, we cannot take it back. Time is one of the few things that we can never gain back after we are wasting it. So that is why we need to make the best out of the given time. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha said, the lifetime, the time for the human to live on this earth is very little. Now we may die in 80 years. Normally the lifespan of a human is about 80 years. Very hardly a person will live more than 100 years. So that is why Supreme Buddha said, this time is very little. Our life is very short. But most of us, the problem with us is that we waste a big part of our life to unnecessary things. That is the problem. The problem with us is we think that we have time. No, we are wrong. Supreme Buddha said, you cannot predict your future, whether your death will come today or tomorrow. You cannot say when you will be dead. It may be today, it may be tomorrow, but surely we can say one day we're gonna die. So our time is limited. So that is why in this limited time we have to practice the wholesome qualities, good deeds. We have to collect something that can be taken to the next life. We have to collect something that makes us happy about ourselves. By doing evil things, by being bad, by doing unwholesome things, our life may not be happy. You cannot be proud, you cannot be humbly proud about yourself by doing evil things. So we should not wait for the right time to come. Now most of us wait for the perfect time. But remember, there's nothing called perfect time. When we consider students, they think that they can study when all the disturbances and problems are gone. They procrastinate their works. They will think, oh, I can study tomorrow. If you think like that, if you keep on procrastinating your works, what will happen as students? You will end up in a huge problem when the exams comes near. So stop procrastinating and stop waiting for the right time. Study now. If you are doing a business, if you need to take decisions about your business, most of the people, most of the entrepreneurs, they keep on procrastinating. They may think that they can take decisions and they can develop their business in another day. But there is no perfect time than now. So don't wait for the perfect time. And also, the spiritual practices, the people who are practicing spirituality, people who are doing good deeds, meditating, they also think that they have time. They think that they can do merits, they can meditate tomorrow. So most of us, we wait for the perfect time to come. We wait until all the problems are switched off and all the disturbances are gone. And we wait until our life to say that now it is the perfect time for you to do good deeds, for you to do meditations. No, life will never say like that. Do you want to know what is right time? Right time is right now. You have to keep it in your mind. There's nothing called right time. Right time is right now. Supreme Buddha said, Ajeva kichang atapang, ko janya maranang sui. Supreme Buddha said, you have to practice eliminating the evil thoughts from your mind today, right now. Because, Supreme Buddha said, we cannot predict our future. We cannot say that when will be the death comes to our life. It may be tomorrow. So what we have to do, we should not wait until the perfect time to come. Don't wait until you become old to practice the meditations and doing good deeds and to go to the temple. You should do it today. Do something good. Collect something wholesome and collect something good for your life every day. So we waste so many days without collecting or without doing any good deed, without collecting any good thing to our life. How many days have been wasted like that? Stop wasting those days. You can make those days to a good days, successful days. That is why successful people, they make the best out of their given time. Now we have got 24 hours in a day. And successful people, the people who became successful and people who achieved amazing goals in their life, including our great teacher Supreme Buddha, they all had 24 hours, same as us. So what's the difference between us and them? They used their valuable time for a good thing, to invest something to their life. But we should not waste that time. We also have 24 hours. You should not waste that time. So during these 24 hours, you may sleep about 6 to 7 hours. So we have to keep those hours away. And when we count the wake hours, the time that we are in wake, the working hours, so how many hours do we waste? How many hours do we take for doing unnecessary things? How many hours do you waste in social media, of finding the gossips and the information which does not belong to your life? Don't waste your valuable time. Instead, use that valuable time to develop your life. Use that valuable time to create a better and happy life for yourself. If you get the best out of your time, you can be happy about yourself. Self-happiness is one of the greatest happiness that we can achieve in our life. And self-happiness is one of the rarest happiness that prevails in this world. We rarely become happy about ourselves. If you did good, if you use your valuable time to develop something good, develop something valuable to your life, you can be happy about yourself. When you're at the deathbed, when you're looking back to your life, what you have done and how you have lived, you can be happy. And you can die, you can face your death serenely and with a happy mind. So use your valuable time to do good deeds and make your life a better one. Namo Buddhaya.